Hi!
I'm Paige Lives.
I'm Josh Elliott.
I'm Dawson Royce.
And I'm Abby Elliott.
First off, welcome to the channel, Dawson.
Thank you.
It's a big
This
break
is Dawson.
for you.
It is.
Us and all of our, how many subscribers?
I think 77.
That was
currently.
more than I expected.
I know. I thought it was like 20.
Jumanji.
Welcome to the jungle.
It's separated from the first movie, which is just called Jumanji.
Speaking of the first one, I actually think it had a good transition, like the board turning into the video game itself.
What I didn't necessarily like was how the guy reacted to it. He was just like, oh yeah,
I know, it's like
a new video game.
Video game movies have a tendency to suck. Did this
Ready
movie suck?
Player One?
No.
Yeah.
So I actually think this actually did really well in not straying away from the whole video game theme. The lives and all of the noises and NPCs and things along that line was spot on.
Dawson, do you play video games?
Just a few.
I agree with Dawson, especially with the NPC things, because a lot of video games, especially the older ones, which is kind of what this one was, it was just like, hi, I'm this person, this is your quest. And I loved that they added that into the movie, where it was
That
like,
was
if
funny.
they didn't answer quick enough or they asked a different question.
It just repeats.
I think that's why it works, is because it's being ironic about the fact that it's a video game movie as opposed to taking itself super seriously.
My disagreement with everybody is that it's cringy as hell. It's very predictable. You know exactly where it's gonna go, what's gonna happen from the get-go. As soon as you knew what the next level was called, you could know what was gonna happen in it. I like all the actors in it. They didn't do outstandingly, in my opinion.
They're all playing their own stereotypes.
But what can you expect from a movie with The Rock, Kevin Hart, Jack Black, and Karen Gillan? She was pretty badass when she did her dance fighting. When she's walking up all awkwardly, all of a sudden in the music she goes, "You boys want to dance?" And then starts kicking their ass. It's so good.
But she just looks at the stereo and it goes, click.
I can agree with you where I see how you can say that they took the easy way out.
I just feel with such a big budget movie like this, with so many high profile people, they would have gone all out. And they didn't. And a lot of the humor was just really cringy. I only laughed at Kevin Hart making jokes out of his height.
I lost 2 feet.
Where's the rest of my body?
Well, what do you mean by cringy exactly? Dwayne Johnson and Karen Gillian's kiss.
I hated that. That
made you
was
cringe?
awful. I had a 3-year-old behind me. Some parents took their young kids. It's silent in the theater and the kid just goes, "Ew, they're kissing!" Oh yeah, and a kid was kicking my chair the whole time. So maybe that's
why you didn't like
Maybe
the
that's why I
movie.
didn't like it. And just Jack Black's character, when how he was the teenage girl that was just so obsessed with her looks, I thought that could be a good concept. But I don't think it was well written.
I somewhat agree with you, Paige, but I feel like he had a couple of lines.
He did have some good
where I was
lines.
like, yeah, that's funny.
Any penis jokes were 10 of the That's what I came for.
Martha, come look at my penis!
Just,
But I think the
really
reason
good
those
physical
jokes
comedy.
are funny is because Jack Black goes all out with the role, but not in a way where he's making fun of it. It's a teenage girl, but it's actually Jack Black. That's not the only joke. They don't just do that and expect the audience to keep finding it funny. Jack Black actually tries to make his mannerisms really realistic as a teenage girl, and I think that's why it's funny.
I think he did overdo it at a lot of times.
I don't feel like that was more of Jack Black. I think that was more of the writers not really knowing what to do with the character.
But I think Jack Black did pretty good for what he was given. But with his description, it was curvy genius. Would they really use curvy to describe Jack Black?
I don't personally feel like I look at Jack Black and go, curvy.
Also, did they ever explain why his name is Fridge?
No.
Everyone else has normal names, like Martha.
Was that racist? Every other white character had a normal name, and then they were like,
Fridge. Nick Jonas is a gem.
Also, I just want to say, even though it technically is a guy and a girl flirting with each other, it is nice to see 2 guys flirting with each other in a movie meant for younger kids.
Yeah, and they full out do mouth to mouth. And the 3-year-old again shouted, "Ew, kissing!"
Nick Jonas had never seen her before, but he still thought of her the same way and still had feelings for her. It was nice to see that Nick Jonas's character still kind of didn't care.
So what did you guys think of the villain?
No.
Yeah.
It was kind of pointless. He didn't have any depth to him, but at the same time, I kind of pull that into the old school video game sort of thing, where a lot of the old school villains were just kind of
daunting.
well, haha.
I think he was fine. I liked the bug effects on him.
That was
creepy.
cool.
But I think their mistake was he's not important, so he didn't need his own scenes. scenes. He only needs to appear when the main characters need to get away from him.
I also don't think it was necessary for him to have like his own scenes or anything, but like they also supplied the jewel when the movie started. Like there wasn't like going and getting it. I feel like that would have been nice.
If Wreck-It Ralph could make a video game character have like an in-depth backstory, Jumanji can.
Is this your final verdict?
Yeah, this is my final verdict. This movie left me disappointed in myself, in Hollywood, in actors, in the world. I did genuinely laugh out loud a couple times, and I was disappointed in myself at that point. I mean, I got what I expected. I got an okay movie that made me laugh maybe twice, and it was all Kevin Hart. Nobody else made me laugh. It kind of fell short of even the low expectations I had.
Yeah.
It's a 4 out of 10.
This movie was never going to be the greatest thing ever made. But honestly, if you're going to make a movie targeted at 12-year-old boys, this is the movie to go and see, honestly.
That's so perfect.
I think it's so ironic about the fact that it's a video game movie. The audience thinks it's going to be stupid, and they know that, and so they actually embrace the stupidity and kind of find some clever ways around it. No, it was never going to be great. They make some mistakes, like the villain's really weak. It's a fun movie, so I'm going to give it a 7.
Alright, so I think Jumanji was actually, well, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, was a nice transition from the first one. The board game in the sand to the new video game and things along that line. It sticks to the video game theme with the lives, and I thought it was kind of interesting whenever the lives like transferred over, like whenever they gave them the life and how they used them. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and give this one a 7 for its video game theme.
Nerd!
Don't you own a Black Widow outfit?
I own a leather jumpsuit.
That can be used for anything.
I came in, I was like, you know, this movie's not gonna be great, so I'm just gonna take what it gives me because it's not gonna be anything more. I enjoyed a majority of the movie. I really love how it stuck to the older video game instead of like a lot of the newer video game movies. The actors and actresses really embodied a lot of the characters, especially the ones playing NPCs. Overall, I give this a 7.5.
So the final verdict is a 6.4.
See, because I don't think movies that know they're stupid are good. Like, just because they know they're bad doesn't make them good.
Emoji movie.
I don't like that kind of structure. I prefer movies that are good because they're interesting and their plot was well developed and they didn't leave many plot holes and they developed the characters. Like, I prefer that.
I think what Josh said, this is a perfect movie for 12-year-old boys. Really hits it on the nose.
Any movie is perfect for 12-year-old boys.
But don't take your 12-year-old boy because it is PG-13.
It's a
So what did you think of Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Comment below to let us know. If you comment,
I'll trap you in an endless video game where you will die.
We gotta end this with a smolder. Thanks for watching the video. Click here to watch our last video and here to subscribe.